Wisdom is a characteristic of the prophets, the righteous, and the working scholars. Allah sent his messengers with it and established his universe and his law on it. It is a great blessing. Allah reminded his servants of it, namely wisdom. Allah said, and remember the favor of Allah upon you and what has been revealed to you of the book and wisdom by which he instructs you. Wisdom is to put things in their proper places, and it is by useful knowledge and good work and knowledge of the purposes of the laws, and it prevails with its owner, and clothe him with the robe of reverence and protect him from what inherits shame and disgrace, and the wisest people, the prophets and messengers, because of the credit that Allah assigned to them in carrying the message and communicating the call, the Almighty said about our Prophet, and Allah has revealed to you the book and wisdom and has taught you that which you did not know. And ever has the favor of Allah upon you been great, so he was the most knowledgeable amongst people, and benefited people, and the wisest of them, his fragrant biography, the whole eye of wisdom, his words and deeds, and his attribute. The happiest people with wisdom are those who got acquainted with the biography of the Master of the Prophets, followed his guidance, and followed his sunnah. How many situations and events in his biography manifested his wisdom, and rightness of his opinion, and good advice, so his wisdom manifested, whether with those who responded to his dawa, or with those who disagreed with him and did not believe in him. Thus, after God, wisdom is a reason for warding off strife, preserving security, uniting the word, and advancing people's interests. The worldly and the afterlife, and how great their absence, and following the pretended desires, are many evils and harms. The need for wisdom increases in our daily dealings, especially between spouses, for continued affection and mercy, and in the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, dealings with his wives, his patience, tolerance, and good behavior. What is it for a believer to contemplate, and asking for advice is a form of wisdom, because of the seeking of sound opinion, rational action. Allah Almighty has commanded his Prophet, so the Prophet gave a lot of advice to those around him, the most intelligent people, and the correct of opinion. Wisdom is the lost property of a believer. However he finds it, he is more deserving of it. One of its signs is that a person seeks guidance in his actions and begins with the most important, then the most important, and takes the first, then the first. If two public and private interests conflict, then the public comes first over the private, and if his behavior results in interest and spoils, he presents what is in the shield of the spoiler to bring the benefit, and the wise do not enter into a matter until he considers its consequences, and it is wise to keep silent when silence is better and speak when speech is better. So who believed in God and on the last day, let him say good or be silent. Otherwise, fear Allah, those who spread the causes of conflict and division on social networks, behind fake names. God is aware of them, aware of what their hands have written and what their breasts hide. It is wise to address people according to their minds and perceptions and to take into account the diversity of their culture. Abdullah bin Mas'ud said, "You do not speak to a people a conversation that their minds cannot comprehend unless it causes temptation for some of them." So fear Allah, the servants of Allah, and be wise in all other cases. It is one of the greatest gifts, and ask Allah more of it. The people of fads and whims are deprived of wisdom, because whims blind and deafen. The status of forbearance and forbearance is in wisdom, like the status of the head in the body, and it is part of wisdom to overlook people's mistakes and mention their virtues and aspects of goodness in them. Experiences develop talents, make the wise person wise, and ink.